Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Nicholas Ray. Welcome to Community Corner.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Aaron County Castle.
Good afternoon. I'm David DeWitt Taylor.
Today we welcome Carol Siewicki, parent, advocate, and friend. Today we're going to focus on learning more about Carol and the path of a parent supporting a child of needs, the needs of her child, as any parent desires to do. Carol will share with us the background and details. Carol will share with us background and details as Carol has support a step-by-step encourage, assist and guide her daughter, Jennifer, just her dreams in her dreams. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Carol? Hello, Carol. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great to see you again, Carol.
And you?
Okay, please tell us about yourself growing up and your family growing up.
Well, I grew up in Detroit. After World War II, the soldiers came home. I'm part of the baby boomers, and there was lots of kids born, so we had lots of kids in the neighborhood to play with. And it was just me and my brother, mom and dad. Great life. No video games, no television even to start with. So it was easier times, quiet, calm times, but we had good time. We did a lot of things as a family. My dad, he made me a baseball team because back then it was only for the boys. They had their baseball teams, but nothing for the girls.
Nothing for the girls?
No, only brownies and Girl Scouts. So my dad got a team together for us girls, and it was all the girls in the neighborhood, and had a good time all summer.
What was the name of this baseball team?
We really didn't have a name. It was just just us girls having a good time.
That's okay.
Swinging the bat.
Girls have fun.
Yeah.
You were just having a good time, huh?
Just having a good time. Outside, we played outside all the time.
That's
From
good.
morning till when the street lights went on, you had to be home.
Okay.
So that was the deal.
That does sound fun.
Aaron?
Tell us some of your interests and hobbies.
Well, we just moved into an apartment, so I'm going to miss yard work. I do like gardening, plants, flowers. My husband and I go on the motorcycle. We take trips on that. That's a lot of fun. I like to golf and fish. Mostly spend time with the family, cooking for them and baking for the grandkids.
Thinking of something?
Did you see a college degree? If so, what studies and focus?
I did not go to college. After high school, I went to a trade school and got, it was called comptometer. That's what I worked on. And if you go to Henry Ford Museum, you'll see it at the museum. That's what I did.
What is a comptometer?
It's got numbers and you do all adding on it real fast. And so I worked for General Motors. I got a job after that and worked there in the office for 7 years until I started my family. But then later in life, I took some classes at Schoolcraft College and for child education. And
So a comptometer is like an adding machine?
like an adding machine, but more numbers.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what types of careers have you had over the years?
Well, right out of high school, like I said, I worked for General Motors for 7 years.
GM.
And then I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, so I had my family. And then I got a job at Livonia Public Schools, but before that I did work for Kohl's for a couple years. That was fun. I loved the discounts. And then special ed parapro for 18 years in Livonia. And
That's
I loved
cool.
job I loved. I'm retired now.
Parapro, that's important. So we go in class and we help. Like I was in high school. Paras would come in. They'd say, "This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do modify the work so it wouldn't be so hard for the other kids to do.
Exactly. That's
Well,
exactly
that's wonderful.
what I did.
That's
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah. I'm showing news about your current family.
Well, my current family, well, I have 3 children, 2 boys, and then I have Jennifer. I have Matthew, Christopher, and Jennifer.
Okay.
They're all in their 30s. My boys have children of their own, are married and have children of their own, so I'm a grandma to 6 grandkids.
6
Yeah,
grandchildren?
from 19 down to 10.
Oh,
And
yikes.
they all live in Livonia, and that's where we just moved from. But
Okay.
it was wonderful, all being in the same little city together. So,
It's your only daughter?
yes, she is my only daughter.
Or Kawasibangis?
That's what we said.
Now, Carol,
Kelsey Bungies.
please share with us the medical news provided when Jennifer was born, because many people may not know. So tell us, what medical news were you given when your daughter was officially born?
Well, when she was first born, she had trouble breathing.
Okay.
So they did what they had to do to keep her breathing, put her on the machines and that. Transferred her to Children's Hospital downtown Detroit. And so she spent 4 months there. And yeah, it's a long time. And we just felt we needed to get her home. The longer she was there, it seemed like they told us more bad news. So we thought once we got her home, things will turn around. And so that's actually how it all worked out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been traumatizing for your daughter not breathing like that. It must have been traumatizing for you parents to know.
It was hard. It was tough to deal with, but having the boys, and they had to still have a normal life as possible, and that's what we all worked as a family to do.
Excellent.
So we got through it pretty good.
And
we got
that's
through it
a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron?
When I was born, I had trouble breathing too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, it's a tough way
You
to
okay?
start.
Me, normal.
Hmm?
Me, normal.
Are you normal? Okay.
That's good.
That's good to know. Your journey must be pretty interesting. Please share.
Could you repeat that, please?
Sure. Your journey must be pretty interesting.
My journey?
Yep.
Yes.
Please share.
Okay. Well, you know, Jennifer, having a special needs child, it is a journey, lifelong journey. You just go through it, do what you need to do, and if you don't know what to do, try and seek out someone that might know and help you, and make lots of phone calls. Sometimes you do run into roadblocks, and you just got to step back and try and think. And in my case, I pray helped to help me know what to do and who to turn to, and it usually works out. Right now, we just we moved out of one county to another. We're hoping to enhance Jennifer and with services. Maybe they can help her where the other county had some trouble in that area, and she's looking for a job and wants her own home, and so those are all big hopes and dreams for her that we decided to move to help her with that.
Okay, hopefully you get the help you seek.
Thank you. So far, it's been good.
Hoping someone will have maybe someone out there knows someone who can help you with this problem.
If any of your viewers feel free to get in touch with me. Yeah.
Yes.
Early on, you faced medical challenges. If so, how did you find training specialists to assist as Jennifer grew up?
Well, that's a great question. If we had a doctor or a team that we weren't, you get this feeling that this one just isn't a good fit. then you just go out and try and find someone else. There's lots of doctors out there, lots of nurses, and try and find one that might be able to help you. One in particular, when Jennifer was first diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension when she was 4, they said there was nothing they could do for her here, and then so that was it. So, well, we thought, well, there's got to be something somewhere. And just by, I don't even know how this all worked out, but a friend of a friend told us doctor in New York that does treat that. And sure enough, that we found out this hospital in New York was the only hospital in the world to treat pulmonary hypertension. And so we contacted them, and then by the time she was 5, we were at New York Hospital. So that's how we did it.
Okay.
I'm curious, Carol. What is pulmonary? What is it, pulmonary? What is it? I've never heard that word before.
It's high pressures in the pulmonary artery leading to the heart.
Oh. So how did you develop your helping team? Because helping teams are very important in the world. So how did you choose to find a helping to help your daughter grow up?
Well, teams in general. Well, like for school, if things weren't going just as we wanted to, we would get her a tutor or take her to Sylvan Learning Center for tutoring. And again, like with the doctors, if they couldn't help, we would try and find someone that could, or even within the system, mental health system, if an agency or a person couldn't exactly help us or just gave up on us, we would have to go to the next person and say, hey, can you help us out or know somebody that can help us? So that's how we did it. Just keep at it.
That's a most touching story. So yeah, this reminds you of the importance, the vital importance, ladies and gentlemen, of the word.
Make my heart throb.
It's imperative we treat people with dignity.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
really pounding.
And we don't label them. We treat them like human beings, not
Exactly.
labels.
Exactly.
It's wrong. People should never label
I
labels.
pound labels.
That's right. It's wrong to be so rude in the
Yeah,
world.
to be respectful.
We do, exactly.
What steps were developed to share ideas and needs with the team? Okay.
What steps to help the team to
Yes.
develop?
Yes.
Well, like we would ourselves, like, say, let's have a meeting. Let's meet. Let's discuss it. And we would put our goals out on the table. How can we meet these goals? And Jennifer would always be a part of it. She'd always have some input. I mean, it's her life, even as a child. And sometimes it's hard to hear, but it's necessary. So that's what we would do. We'd like to have a meeting and discuss it and bring in other people that could maybe help us out.
Okay. And that's who yours
Please
are.
share some experiences in the public education setting.
School was tough. Jennifer was in a self-contained classroom the first 3 years of her life, which was good because she had a lot of medical issues. She needed the quietness of a smaller classroom. So it really worked out really well for her. As she grew and was learning, we as a family decided that we'll try general education with special ed services if needed. And so she was included in her school near home, took a bus, and school is only as, in anything, any job, any agency, is only as good as the people. You get good people in there, wow, you've got it. Sometimes it's the ideas, too, that contribute to that. Some of her teachers were wonderful, and some didn't think she belonged there. And like Jennifer, I'll quote her, she says, I did belong. So we got through it. She got herself a high school diploma, and then she went on to go to Oakland University in the options program they had for 3 years, and she got her certificate of completion.
Cool.
Ah,
yeah.
yes. Oakland University, good school. You know something, Carol?
What?
It's very important that we treat people with, guys, think about it. Yeah. So how and when did you know Jennifer's her talents and interests? Because some may think, girls didn't have any talents growing up. So what talent did Jennifer have when she was maybe, growing up?
She always loved to tell stories.
Stories? Like what?
Yes, she did. She had a trach for 3 years, so her first 3 years of life. Yes, it's a little tube in her neck to help her breathe.
Oh.
So, but she taught herself to put her finger over it, and she could talk. So she started then, and we'd always read to her, and once she got her trach out, boy, she just was well, she talked even with the trach in, but after that, she would talk up a storm, telling stories. But to develop her interests, we did what typical families do. We take her places. We took her, well, she couldn't read, so I took her to learn, well, I bought Hooked on Phonics after I took her to a tutor, and that started the process, and I could see that she could learn. And I bought her Hooked on Phonics, and her and I spent the summer learning that, so she learned how to read. So just introducing different things. I would pull out the community ed paper. Jennifer, what do you want to do? And she would want a horseback ride or learn how to play piano or whatever her interest was. And then if she didn't like it, then she'd finish out the semester and that'd be it. So she still does that to this day.
Carol, another question came out in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Was Jennifer ever bullied in school? Ever teased?
I'm sure there was some teasing. She never came home upset about anything.
Never?
So I think everything must have been pretty smooth.
That's good.
On the whole, I bet. Especially in college, she said everyone just treated her like everybody else.
Good.
She loved going to college. Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah. So how about that?
Almost done.
What did you do to guide and support these interests?
Well, if she did like something, we would just continue with the lessons. Well, she did ice skating for like 5 years. It was near our home, and we would make the class after our work in her school. So that's what we do. She would just be signed up for all sorts of different classes that she wanted to do.
Nice. Did she take computers at all or no? Or no?
Computers,
Yeah.
just in school, not on the outside.
Just in school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jennifer has a lot of talents.
Mm-hmm.
If so, would you please share these with us?
Please share, excuse me?
Or talents.
Like any talent she had.
Oh, her talents?
Yeah.
She likes to write stories.
She does?
She does. She writes her own stories. That's her favorite thing to do, and she's very good at it.
Okay.
She is a puppeteer.
Really?
So she takes puppeteer, she's a member of Detroit Puppeteer Guild, goes to their conferences, and she still right now takes, at the Farr Conservatory, she takes puppet classes to help her talent even more, learn and grow. So.
What class did she take? Just now.
Well, she just finished up her dance class.
Oh, and what dance did she learn?
She was taking hip hop.
Oh, hip hop. Oh,
that's
that's wait a minute.
hip-hop
Hold
style.
it. Hip hop. Cool.
It was.
So-
It was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
that's hard.
It is hard, especially for a person with breathing problems.
Yeah.
So she would dance her little heart out,
Oh.
and then she would take a break and regroup and then dance some more. So she's going to give that a rest, and she wants to go back to her puppeteering.
So what family travels, have you had to take Jennifer on the show? Jennifer, the wide world of options out there. Your travels anywhere?
Well, when she was younger, our vacations consisted of going to New York. That was where her hospital is.
New York? Okay.
And we would go there from 1 to 4 times a year. So that's what we had to do. And as she got older and our family had more time, vacation time, and she didn't have to go to the hospital quite as often, we would take trips. Like, she loves animals, so we would go to we went to the zoo in California,
that's
San
cool.
Diego Zoo.
That's cool.
She loves Disney, of course. So
hello.
we went to
yeah. Disney.
who doesn't, right?
There's a Disney, hello.
So we went to Florida a few times.
Florida, I've
make
been
it
to
to
Florida.
someday.
Nice state.
It is a beautiful
Well, me gonna
state.
get married.
Beautiful state.
It's called the Sunshine State. It's always sunny in Florida.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what we did. Went camping with her.
Camping.
Tried to expose her with. We had a boat, so we'd take her boating on that and camping when the boys were young with her.
That's cool.
That's always fun.
Her favorite time, I would say, though, is going to visit her grandma. Lived in Irish
Oh.
Hills,
Yeah.
and she'd
My
spend time with
grandma.
grandma and grandpa, and they'd spoil her and take her where she wanted to go and buy her whatever
cool.
they. But just the quality time, she loved
That's
that.
cool. Aaron,
That's why it was her favorite time.
Aaron, have a question?
Does she know how to dance the pitbull?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never heard of Pitbull.
Never have.
He's half hip hop.
Oh.
David could tell you all about him.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, tell us what David speaks about when she is invited to speak to the public.
Oh.
What does she speak about?
Yeah.
Well, I wrote a book about Jennifer,
What was
The
it?
Joys of Jennifer.
Oh, I read that book. It made me cry.
Aw.
I found it very touching. It's a very, very personal story. You
It
can't tell the
is.
story of what happened. See, I read it, and I encourage you to put this book. Will make you cry. It is by far one of the best books I've ever read.
Well, thank you.
And this means my question on the book.
Okay.
Please tell us about what led you to write this book, and please talk to us about it.
Well, what led me to it is because I've wanted to write Jennifer's story. I thought it was really important to her, and I wanted to give inspiration and hope to other families that might be going through what we went through, or even if you don't, if you just have a typical family, to like never give up hope and just seek out who might help you, who's out there. But getting back to your question, Aaron, about Jennifer speaking.
Yes.
Yes, so we go on, we have people that ask us to present, school systems or what have you, and then we present at their conferences, and I'll start the presentation, and Jennifer helps out, and she always reads one of her stories she wrote, because I think it's really important to show that here's a girl that wasn't even supposed to live, talk, read, and here she's not only reading, but she's writing her own stories, and then she can share them.
I have a quick question to ask.
Sure.
Are you familiar with Make a Wish Foundation?
Yes,
I recommend it.
Make-A-Wish?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
I do.
I
I do.
recommend John Cena. He does that all the time.
For Make-A-Wish?
Yeah, John Cena does do that all the time. I see
So,
him.
Carol, my question to you is an important question to ask. Is this: what do you see taking Jennifer's place in the future, moving forward for Jennifer? Where do you see your daughter in the next year or so?
Well, I see Jennifer getting a job. She's still been looking for work since college.
Oh.
And it's tough. People with disabilities, to get a job, it's really hard. Jennifer's 4'9", she's 100 pounds. We're thinking maybe they don't take her serious, that they don't think she can do it, the job. We don't really know why. So we moved to a new county. We're hoping that new people, fresh ideas.
New faces.
We have to do something, yes, new faces. Shake it up And hopefully she'll get a job, and then she can have her own home, her own apartment or condo, whatever she wants. New friendships.
Cool.
Well, that's cool.
Please. Please share a success story that the team and you have as a stepping stone moving forward.
Well, I would say when Jennifer learned to read, that was a really big deal
There you go.
because reading is so important. Look at how far it takes you.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to have things to do. You could just pick up a book and read or write a story. Learning to read was a big stepping stone.
David, would you please close for me?
Yes, Mr. Gray.
Thank you, Mr.
It has been grand talking with you and getting a better understanding of the various details parents need to understand and support. All parents seek to know and guide their children and meet the challenges along the way and numerous footsteps. However, the role of parenting for a child with needs seems to present a fuller and perhaps deeper set, and we so appreciate you being comfortable to share your journey with us. Thank you for being our guest, Carol.
Thank you for having me. It's great being here. Thank you.
David?
I'm David Taylor, and you've been watching Orion TV, CNN TV, and YouTube.com. My two friends are
My name is Aaron County Castle, and you've been watching on TV, CNN, and YouTube.com.
It's great. Hope you guys have a great afternoon. Remember, watch him on TV, and we'll see you all in October. Bye.
Boo!
Bye, y'all. Bye.